When you arrive, you're going to park your car, and then when you've got to the Petruchio, you're going to leave it to your port and walk around the building and find our offices. So welcome to our new look office. When you come in, your boat paperwork will be all here, so pick up the one for your boat, and then it'll have all the details inside. The office staff will still be here to help you through with anything. Your new look boat pack. So you're going to, having picked up your boat, it's going to have details of where the boat is located, the Marina Gate code and the Marina Wi-Fi code. There's going to be some details about the yacht here, along with what we would want you to do at the end of your charter. There's a useful information pack or sheet detailing some useful information that you might need during your charter. One of the really key things is our office hours number and the out of hours number, and also sea starts number. Then you've got the actual details of the boat and your handover paperwork. So when you go down to the boat, you just need to make a note of any scuffs or scratches that you can see on the outside of the yacht, and any notes that you have to do with the inside of the yacht, just mark on here. Once you're happy with that, a little signature. Run through the inventory on the boat. The red items are your safety stuff. Once you've been through this, and it does go on to 2 pages, ring the office and our fleet team will come down and talk you through from the pontoon anything else that you need to know. On the return of the charter, make sure that you're here an hour, 90 minutes to an hour before you're due to exit the yacht. There's some reminders in here about how we like the boat left. Let us know if you have refueled. In the joining instructions there's some details about the new requirements for refueling at MDL, so please do make sure that you follow those. Let us know if you've used the dinghy or if you've changed the gas, and then let us know if you've got any losses, breakages, damages or defects on your yacht. Just pop those in there. We do like to know about any defects so that we can make sure that we can fix them. And then once you're happy with that, a little signature. So when you're coming up to the office, you will we'll also work through all of your paperwork with regard to your security deposit and any additional paperwork that we've asked you to bring. If you need any optional extras, please, we do ask that you've ordered these in advance to make sure that we have them ready for you. Otherwise, and paid for in advance. Otherwise, we can sort those out while you're in the office and make sure that you've got everything and all the paperwork's taken care of.
Okay, so when you finish with Alex in the office, done your paperwork, when you come down to the boat, go on the boat and go to the red Bible first, which will be on the chart table, and make sure you go through all of the inventory to check that everything is there, paying special attention to what's written in red, because that is your safety equipment. Once you're happy with everything, then you can give the office a call and one of us will come down for you to sign the paperwork and to answer any of your questions, or anything you cannot find that's on the inventory we will find for you. So if you've got any questions, then we can answer all your questions and also give you tips on the best way Hi, my name's Andy. I'm one of the fleet engineers. So when you first come down to your boat, on the chart table will be a red folder. This is what I call the boat Bible. In the folder will be all the information about the boat and all the certificates needed on the boat for charter. So when we first open the book, it will have obviously the boat name, and then obviously the boat notes and ship's papers. On the next page will be the yacht specification, which gives you the yacht name, type of boat it is, year of build, the lengths, drafts, beams, also call signs, MMSI number, cell number, and also importantly the diesel capacity and water capacity, especially if you're doing any long passages. On the next page we have 2 pages which is telling you where all the equipment is you need to know on the boat, as in batteries, engine, how to start, stop, where the shut-off valves are, obviously where the emergency tiller, life raft, how to use the water tanks, the anchor windlass, and also the mainsail, how many reefs it's got, storm jib, and the helm. So all the information about the boat is on these 2 pages. On the next page we have a diagram showing you where all the through hull fittings are, as in head sinks, outlets, toilet inlets, speed transducers. So you know if you get any leaks on the boat, have a look round by where the through hull fittings are or anything like that. On the next page, which is an important one, is one again showing you where all the safety equipment is on board and where it's stowed. Next to that we have another copy of the inventory, but do pay close attention to what's in red, because that is all your safety equipment that is on board, and it tells you exactly where it is. On the next page we start going then through the boat papers. So it's just all the standard builder certificates, schedules, but an important one is your compass deviation card. So if you are doing any long passages, you just need to know the deviations for the compass. Apart from that, it is just all the certificates for all the safety equipment, and shows you that they're all in date and they've all been tested. The batteries will already be switched on, but as you can see at the moment all these batteries are switched off while they're in the horizontal position. So obviously to turn the batteries on, we just put all 3 in the vertical position. Now all the batteries are on. With the electric windlass we have the breaker under there, so if you snag anything and it trips the breaker, that will drop down to there, and it's just a case of switching it back on. In the event of engine start battery going flat, you have a cross connection, so you have a link switch which is located down here on the port side of the companionway. The key for it's at the chart table, so if you do have a flat engine battery, you can just put the key in, switch it on, that will link the 2 sets of batteries together, so you should be able to start your engine, but as soon as your engine's running, turn the key off and take it out. On Petruchio we have the electrical panel, so with the batteries switched on, we have navigation lights, which is your bow and stern, mooring light, which is an anchor light, steaming light is a steaming light, and the deck light. Then we go down to cabin lights, saloon lights, instrument lights, which is this one up here, 12-volt socket, then water pump. Bilge pump needs to be switched on for the bilge pump to work. Then we go fridge, comfort. Comfort is the actual shower pump, so the main breaker for the shower pump. And then we have general navigation, VHF, Navtex and Tri-Light. So before the tank gauges will work, the water pump has to be switched on, and then we can press tank 1, and as you can see we get a water level. On the bilge pump, this breaker needs to be on for the bilge pump. You have 2 bilge pumps on Petruchio. Both are situated under the saloon floor, under the saloon table. The general purpose pump, which is always should be in auto. So with the red light on, it's in auto. That is off, and that is a manual override. So with this one, we always leave it in auto. Now Petruchio is fitted with a secondary bilge pump, which is only used in an emergency. But again, you can have it in auto. So when the light's on, it's in auto. Or you can do manual override, but normally we leave that switched off because everything's protected by this one. So we have 2 water tanks, so if you happen to run out of water from one tank, if you pull the cushions back on the starboard side, underneath where the water pump and bilge pump is, you have 2 valves. This valve is open at the moment and this valve is closed. So if you run out of water on one of the tanks, you switch this one on first before opening up the second one. The pump will suck air easier than water. So if you leave both valves open, it's going to suck air from the empty tank rather than water from the full tank. So just make sure the tank you're not using is switched off before you open the other one. Okay, with the throttle on the Beneteau 40.7, normal forward gear, neutral and a stern. But if you want to use a neutral device, push the whole throttle in, and then you can put on some revs on the engine without the engine being in gear. As soon as you come back up into neutral, it all pops out, so therefore you can go back in gear again. Starting the engine is very simple. Make sure the throttle is in neutral. We then turn the power on to the engine, and you can hear the fan run, and you'll see the 3 warning lights come up, which is water, oil and battery. If the engine is cold, we then push up the glow plug and you'll see the glow plug light come on. No more than 7 seconds, and then we press start. To stop the engine, it's engine in neutral and pull the stop lever. So the engine stops, turn the power off. On Petruchio we have 3 reefs. There's not single line reefing. You do have to anchor on at the gooseneck end, and then all you do then is use the clue line for the reefing. So it is not single line reefing, it's old school. So you still have to, either whatever reef you're putting on, you'll have to clip that on at the gooseneck before you pull the reefing lines in. The Genoa is a standard Genoa on the furling system. So please, when you're furling the Genoa in, please do not put it onto a winch. If you have problems with the furling system and you cannot pull it in by hand, then there must be a problem. If you can't see what the problem is, drop the Genoa onto the deck, give us a call and we will sort it out or talk to you through it on the phone. Please do not try and winch the Genoa in on a winch, because you could cause more damage.